You won't! Raise your hands up!
I didn't do anything wrong!
What would you do if a police officer stopped you on a quiet street, placed his hand on his gun, and spoke in a voice that made it clear he was not there to help you? What if that officer did it while you were live on your phone, and the only thing standing between you and a lie in a police report was a red live sign and thousands of strangers watching from their homes? What if, by morning, the same officer who felt untouchable was the one under investigation, and the teenager he tried to silence had become the reason the whole country was asking questions? Before we continue, welcome to Silent Echo Stories. Please support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and dropping your location in the comments. We love seeing how far these stories travel. The boy's name was Jay Hill. He was 17 years old. He lived in a small town in Ohio where nothing big ever happened. No famous people, no big crime, no headlines. Jay was a normal kid. He went to school, he worked after class at a grocery store, he helped his mother with bills, he stayed out of trouble. Jay liked to stream while walking home at night, not because he wanted to be famous, not because he wanted drama. He just liked talking to people. The chat made him feel less alone. It made the long walk feel shorter. It made the dark streets feel safer. Jay was polite. He said sir and ma'am. He believed in respect. He believed if you did the right thing, nothing bad would happen. That belief was about to be tested. Officer Mark Renshaw had been on the force for over a decade. In his mind, the badge meant power. The uniform meant control. The gun meant nobody could question him. He had a history of complaints. People said he talked rough. People said he treated black residents differently. Nothing ever stuck. To him, the streets belonged to him, and anyone who looked out of place became his problem. That night, he saw Jay, a black teenager, hoodie, phone in hand. To Renshaw, that was enough. It was dark. The streetlights were on. Jay's phone showed his tired face as he talked to his viewers. Then a police car rolled up beside him. No siren, no flashing lights, just the slow roll of a patrol car matching his steps. Jay felt his chest tighten. A white officer leaned out of the window. "Where you going, boy?" Jay stopped. "Home, sir." The officer's eyes locked on the phone. "What's that?" "I'm live streaming. Just talking to my friends." "Turn it off." Jay shook his head. "I didn't do anything wrong." The chat started moving fast. "Why is he stopping you?" "Stay calm. Hands up." The officer opened the door and stepped out. "You people always recording," he said. "Always trying to play victim." Jay raised one hand. "I'm not resisting. I just got off work." The officer stepped closer. "You people always say that." The words hung heavy in the air. Jay felt fear rise in his throat. "Sir, I'm a minor. I just want to go home." The officer placed his hand on his gun. The stream went silent for a moment. Then the chat exploded. "Is his hand on the gun?" "This is bad. Don't move." "Put the phone down," the officer ordered. "I can't. My hands are up." The gun came halfway out, on the ground. "Now." Jay slowly knelt. The camera tilted to the sidewalk, his knees, his shaking hands, the officer's boots. The officer leaned close and whispered, "One wrong move and I'll say you went for me." Tens of thousands of people heard it. The viewer count jumped. The link spread. People from all over the country were watching in real time. Jay was crying. "Please, sir, I'm just a kid." The officer grabbed his arm. "Stop acting." Another patrol car rushed in with lights on. A second officer stepped out. "What's going on?" "Suspicious subject," Renshaw said. "Might be armed." The second officer saw the phone, saw the red live sign, saw the viewer count climbing. He froze. "You're live?" he asked. Jay nodded. The second officer's tone changed. "Put the gun away." Renshaw hesitated, then slowly he holstered it. "You're not under arrest," the second officer told Jay. "You can go home." Jay stood up, shaking, and walked away. The stream never ended. By morning, the video was everywhere. News channels, social media, courtrooms, civil rights groups. The whisper was replayed again and again. "One wrong move, and I'll say you went for me." People slowed the clip. They read the officer's lips. They heard the threat clearly. The power had shifted, not because Jay was rich, not because he was famous, but because the camera told the truth. The police department released a statement. They said they were reviewing the incident. Internal Affairs stepped in. The officer was placed on leave. Old complaints came back. Other stops, other stories, other people who had been too afraid to speak before. The pattern was clear. The investigation grew. The officer lost his badge, then his job, then his future in law enforcement. The video was used in training rooms across the country. A warning, a lesson, a record of what happens when power goes unchecked. Jay went back to school, back to work, back to streaming. But he was no longer just a kid walking home. He was a reminder. He said one thing that stayed with everyone. If I wasn't live, I might not be here. The world understood. Prejudice hides in the dark. Abuse grows in silence. But truth is hard to kill when the camera is on. Stories like this show us why watching matters, why speaking matters, and why no one should ever feel alone when facing power. If this story touched you, support the channel, share your location in the comments, and stay with us for more powerful true-to-life stories. This is Silent Echo Stories.